You're always good. We've got the Skull 7, best Skull 7 deck profile. You get me? We've got this. This is our field center. Thank you very much. So we're going to just start off straight up. We're playing the 3 King of the Skull 7. Obviously, this is the best card in the deck. This claps our opponent. Always OTKing with this card. So I'm going to do something like this so people can see. Then we're going to play the best new card, White Bacon. Ooh. This card is insane. Searches 2 Skull 7 cards or with Skull 7 in their text. And then
if it just goes to the graveyard, right?
Yeah, so whenever it goes to the grave, and then it also has a hand trap effect to prevent destruction of your Skull Servants. So it's really good when you're going into the battle phase. That, yeah. Trust. And then obviously searches 2, discard 1 card, any card, and the discard isn't even a cost. So
it's insane.
Very, very good. Then the Enabler, White Prince.
White Prince.
Whenever it's sent, you get to send 2 more cards, that being 2 Lady in White and 2 Skull Servant. We're playing 1 Japanese one, don't watch that. Then we're only playing 2 White Mare.
Is this the whole Skull lineup?
So that's the whole Skull 7 lineup. We're not playing any White Princess. The reason for this is that we're trying to get the Skull Servant cards to as minimum as possible, and we're trying to get as fast to White Baking as possible. White Baking is just insane. You send it, search 2, you discard 1. So often we're going to be searching the White Mare, discarding the White Prince.
Okay.
Now we play through Mathematician. Reason for playing 3 Mathematician is there's actually a combo, 2-card combo where you open White Mare and Mathematician that gives you, I believe, a 5,000 attack point King and Boral Sword for an OTK. Obviously we're going second with OTK. We play a danger package, so we play 1 Bigfoot, 1 Nessie, 1 Tsuchinoko, 1 Jackalope and 1 Mothman.
Do you think this lineup's the best lineup?
We can test it more, potentially play more of the big guys, maybe cut down. It just needs more testing to figure out.
The Trinity is always perfect.
The Trinity is perfect.
It's just those 2 that could be questionable. Yeah. But you know what? Danger Bigfoot in hand and they're no response, just straight into battle phase, hit a Dragoon. Alright, cool. Now we play. It's not bad.
And then we're playing 1 Shadow Beast.
Ooh, spicy.
Very, very spicy. We're playing 1 Mizuki. It's not needed, it's another target for, obviously, as you can tell, we're playing the Shadow Fusion.
How many Shadow cards do you play? Just 1?
Literally just 1.
You don't play Aerial?
Don't need to play anymore. Okay. It's literally unnecessary.
Okay. And
then we play a Gamma package.
Nice.
So that's it for the monsters.
Those are the only hand traps you play in your whole entire deck.
This is the only hand trap we play.
Okay.
The reason being is that we can use it on our turn, so it's not dead as a 6th card. So even if I draw it on my turn, it's not necessarily dead if I draw the Shadow Fusion or a 1-for-1 or any of those kind of cards.
Yeah, Shadow Fusion 9 times out of 10 will bait out the Ash with ease.
So then for spells, we're playing 3 Allure. Allure is insane.
Oh, what that? 2 OTs and 1 super nice.
Let's not talk about that. Okay. So, reason being, it's really good. You banish King and then you draw into the White Mare. It's just a free summon. It's very, very strong. Then we're playing 3 Where Art Thou, bread and butter of the deck. Beautiful. It literally is so, so good. It just searches out the White Baking or whatever you need and just gets you further. And then we'll just go into this. Then we play the 3 Shadow Fusion.
Nice.
This card is insane. It's like Foolish Burial on crack.
We are always drawing the 1 of Shadow, though, aren't we?
Literally. But that's the thing. And this is the reason why this is good. The White Baking, because let's say you don't open this. If you send this and you have the Beast in hand, you just discard the Beast and draw extra cards. So you're literally going so plus. Nice. So that's the advantage of playing that. And then for going second, ignorant cards.
I love it.
The 3 Super Poly, 3 droplets. These are just to ignorantly deal with our
6,
opponent's boards.
Who cares about your board cards?
Literally, just negate.
Negate.
Depending on
Forbidden Droplets and White Baking for cost.
That's it.
There
we go. Well,
the Super Poly set White Baking for cost.
That's it.
You just lost.
There we go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Depending on how the format pans out, obviously you need to do more testing to figure out which of these two is actually even better and which one would probably be in the side for consistency. But
how many cards are your deck, by the way, so far?
We got 46 in the main.
46.
Reasoning for why we play 46 as well is that you want to play a bit more than 40 because you don't want to open the garnets like Skull Servant and Lady in White. But we play all these power cards.
Would you ever consider playing a Dragoon package?
Potentially.
Like you try and bait out everything with Skullmaster and everything. I think then you get the Verte effect and bring out Dragoon and just sometimes win games.
Yeah, you could justify it for playing it, especially when we get onto the side deck. You'll see a couple more spicy techs. And then for our one-offs, we're just playing one foolish, one for one. We was playing some other stuff like card destruction and
you like the Christian Cross, Reborn.
Yeah? It's a bit of a sticky one.
No,
I'm joking.
No, it's just a very nice
shout out to more Christians and that. Extra deck, we play. So we was testing out for shooter, so this is a consideration. We can talk about that.
That can be replaced with anything.
This will probably replace this with an Anima, but
Anima's way
generic
better.
link one. Pentastag for when we just want to clap our opponent when they put something in defense.
Damage, broken. Yeah, crawlers will never stand
Lambda,
a chance.
this is hilarious.
Mind games.
Oh yeah, literally the mind games that can be played with this. You just put the Lambda down and then they're gonna overthink everything if you haven't used the Gamma. And it's
speaking about mind games, if you were to replace this card with Verte Anaconda and they have something like a Dryden on the field, you do not have a Dragoon. You don't own a Dragoon, but they just see a Verte and they just have to use their interaction. It's pretty hilarious. Literally. Mind games. Think about that, people. Verte as a mind game.
So that's an option. We could play the whole Verte.
And it's not even negging your deck because you do play Super Poly for alternative target.
There we go. So
Nightmares. Staple. I'll probably change that for Unicorn, but
yeah, we can. Unicorn is the other card that I wanted to play. Probably if we're not playing this, then this would probably be a Unicorn. Rusty. No, you're gonna get onto why the Rusty is in here.
Rusty is amazing.
Curious, very very good. Boral Sword for our OTKs. Levia. Now, not a lot of people.
Boral Sword for game.
Boral Sword always for game. Now this is the interesting one. So what we use this for is we actually do a combo.
You not own no Cherubinis?
We don't play Cherubian in this build. So the idea is that we're going into the Math Man and we're using the Math Man and the White Mare to summon the Lady in White from the Banish to overlay and make the Levia detach and then summon the White Prince from the Banish link and then you get more.
We'll show that off in the one card combo.
So that's that. It's very very spicy, and then some super poly targets, and then Shadow monsters. We play this for the Mizuki. This obviously for any dark stuff, and then one Dark Law.
Hilarious.
The Dark Law is degenerate. So side deck. So if we think our opponent is going to make us go first, we side in the PK package. Just a quick little PK package. We go first. We set up a little PK
why
stuff.
the Shade? What does the Shade do for you?
Shade's just an extender if we want to go into Curious and just
I
fuel the grave a bit more.
I see.
Yeah, that's about that, to be honest. And then we play the 3 must change second. Make Dark Lord, just make an ignorant card. Sometimes we can side this in going second. Kind of depends on the matchup. With Rogue, it just hurts Rogue so much when you make the Dark Lord, so that's kind of that. So for back row hate, just play some Twin Twisters.
Nice.
Board wipes, we play these.
Bird up, RIP.
You know, shout out to Misprint Dark Hole.
Oh,
literally.
Look at that edge cut right there. Beautiful.
And then one Shadow Dragon if we have space.
I'll probably try and squeeze in a Pancratops, man.
Yeah, you can play Pancratops. There's literally so many choices of like cards that you can.
There's so many generic side cards to be played. And it's up to you.
Honestly, you have to build it for the room as well. Whatever the event is, you build for the room. You don't necessarily build for generically. But this is like a nice little guide for anybody trying to build the Skull Servant deck. You know, I see a lot of lists where people are playing just the most silly things. Like people are playing 3 Skull Servant and 3 Lady in White. Don't do that unless you're playing 60 cards. Do not play multiple. Like too many of these.
Give us a quick...
These are all bricks. Like, you don't want to open these.
Yeah.
You don't want to open these. Don't play 3 of this. If you're playing 3 of this, I'm sorry, you're a bad Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Well, you better be the luckiest Yu-Gi-Oh player in the world.
Literally. The thing is, it's just unnecessary. It gets to a point where it's just unnecessary. You're not resolving Prince 3 times. 2-card combo, just open these 2, or you could also open Wet After. So let's say for the sake of it, we open Wet After. So we summon Mathman, effect of Mathman, to send White Baking. Effect of White Baking Engrave, search.
White Baking Engrave.
White Prince. So we're going to send these.
Send those 2. And we'll give a step by step of what you're doing and what's triggering and resolving.
So then, what effect of White Baking? Search White Prince and White Mare. Okay. We discard the White Mare.
Yes.
And we keep the White. We discard the White Prince, and then effect of White Prince to send 2 more Skull Servants.
Nice.
Cool. We're keeping this in hand.
Nice.
We still got the Wet After as well. We then activate effect of White Prince to banish these 3. To then special summon a king to the field.
Special king.
Now that we have king, Wet After is live. Wet After. Search White Mare. So we've got 2 White Mares now. Effect of White Mare. Special summon Lady in White.
Special.
Overlay.
Nice.
Levia.
Yep.
Effect of Levia. Detach. Special summon White Prince.
Broken.
Link.
Yep.
Effect. Okay, so we just make any link to it. Doesn't really matter. For the sake of it, we'll just make Pentastack. Okay.
Okay.
Put the Pentastack here. Then we effective White Prince. So the trick is you're now putting the White Prince back in the grave.
Is it a chain? Is it a chain link thing, or is it on a different chain? On a different chain.
Well, there's nothing else in the chain.
So it's like, let's say, I mean, theoretically, if you had a link 2 with the ignition effect.
Yeah, so you could
be like chaining 1, chaining 2.
So if you really wanted to chain block, you could go for the Nightmares and chain block that way.
Okay, so you can chain block.
So you can chain block as well.
Okay, good.
So there are some ways of playing around things as well. So here we're activating the White Prince again. So that's the whole little spicy play that you're going to be doing with the...
All of this was just 2 cards.
Levia, 2 cards. We haven't even used the second White Mare yet. Now we go again. We do it again.
Important thing to remember, in a turn 2 hand, you would have 4 blank cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
4
that
blank
could have been
cards.
the droplets, that could have been the super poly, that could have been the gamma. You could have literally had anything. Okay, now we have 2 kings and thingy on the field. We go White Mare again, discard to special summon the Lady in White. You link 4, and that gives you a Borrow Sword.
Borrow Sword. And how much attack is the king at?
We're going to check. In a second, we make the Borrow Sword. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6k, sorry.
6k king.
6,000.
6k king.
Yeah, 6k
with
king.
A Borrow Sword.
So all of these Skull Servants will be in your graveyard.
4 blanks left in hand. Yeah. So break a board cards, any of those, and
all of these will be in your grave. And if you had like some kind of recursion, you could have got the king back out the grave and had 2 5k kings. So if you had a Monster Reborn or Mizuki or anything like that, you're getting even more.
Yeah, all of that through 2 cards, pretty
2 card
insane.
combo. There you go.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on the deck?
Last thoughts on the deck. Deck is amazing. It's the best deck of all time. King of the Skull Servants, most powerful card ever printed. You get me? Just fear this deck. Fear this deck. Fear me when I play it. Fear this deck.
Okay. Well, signing off, Lawley95. Good luck, have fun.